Moin Moin and welcome to Ralfs Foto-Bude and Ralfs Photo Flight. Yeah, some weeks ago DJI presented the new firmware software with the waypoint flying, and now some weeks later we got a new software or firmware for the DJI Phantom 2. It's good for the normal Phantom and for the Phantom 2 Vision and also the Vision Plus. It's the 3.06 firmware, and yes, today I want to show you how to upgrade the firmware and which options do you have with the firmware. So first of all, we have to install the software on the computer, because usually you have your assist software to upgrade the firmware of the copter. And normally you have the version 3.0 and then you upgrade the next few firmwares for the copter with this assist software. But now you have to get a new assist software, that's the number 3.2. So therefore we go to the internet page of DJI.com, and then we go to everyone, and you can choose from Vision Plus, Vision or Phantom 2. In every case you get the same firmware, so I go to the Vision Plus because I have a Vision Plus, and here we go to downloads. And first of all you have the release notes from the 29th of July, so that's really new, and you can read the PDF. You have the main controller update, the central board update, the app update, and the assist software. That's what we install later. And here we have the different new features of the firmware. Added 2 levels of battery warnings. When the battery level reaches a critical battery warning, the aircraft will automatically land and motors will power off after landing. The speed of descent will be automatically adjusted. Minimum adjustable height is 20 meters and magnetic declination value stored to improve flight course accuracy and various bug fixes. So these are the main things. I will show you a little bit later how they are, how you find them in the app and what they else did there. Here we have the software and drivers, and that's what I said. You need the assistant software 3.2. That's the one for Windows, and a little bit lower we get the one for the Apple computers. Here also you have the old assist software 3.0 and 1.1. So if you want to downgrade, it's also impossible to get one of these assistant softwares to downgrade the Vision. Here we take the DMG file and install it, and when you have installed the DMG or the exe file on the Windows system, we have here, I have them all three together, the 3.2, the new one, the 3.0 and the 2.0. So let's start the 3.2. Once you start this, you will get an information or an announcement where the overview of the different new features you can read, and they show you also how these new features will work. And one of the new features is, as I said before, the battery level warning and the automatically going home feature, which I want to explain later a little bit more for you, so then you can follow this one. Now we have to put the Vision to the computer, and as always when you're indoor, please remove the propellers, because if you accidentally hit the sticks or your cat goes through the remote control and start the Vision, I don't think it's a good idea to have the Vision in your room flying around and make up a little mess. So please, for security reasons, remove the propellers. That's what we did now. Then start the Wi-Fi extender, start the remote control, remove the lens cap if you have a Vision Plus and the gimbal holder if you have a Vision Plus, and then start. Here we are. On the front side we have the USB connector for the USB cable. So here we are, the cable in. And once you've put the cable in, you will see the green light here, so you are connected to the computer. And now you go to the upgrade section, and in the upgrade section you should see here at this point your version. It's usually the 3.04, and here it's also a lower version. I did this before in the German video, so now my update is done, but it's very easy. You only have to put the mouse here on this point, press it, and then it checks, and you press upgrade. The upgrade will work, and that's it. After you've done the first upgrade, make a power cycle, so switch off the Vision and start it again. And once you started the Vision, the upgrade here for the P330CB will start automatically. So you don't have to do anything. This one will start automatically. You don't have to do anything. So these two versions, it takes like 2 minutes. If you want to see it, go to the German video. There you can see exactly how it works, but it's real easy. Second time power cycle, on, off, on, and that's it. So let's have a look to the different sections which we have here. This one is the normal one. I fly in the NASA mode because I want the intelligent orientation control. This is on. Then we go to the basic settings. We have the mountings here. That's not important for the Vision Plus. Then we have the remote control, and it's a good idea after the firmware update to recalibrate the sticks. That's very easy. Just press the start button, and then once you press the button, just move the sticks around to the end positions all over, and when you're done, just let them loose, finish, okay, and that's it. So you calibrated the sticks. Here we have the control mode switch on the right side. That's for the different setting, GPS, ATI, and failsafe manual or ATI. You can choose what you want here by yourself, ATI, failsafe, or manual. For me it's failsafe. And in the next one we have the gain settings, nothing changed here. Then we go to the advanced setting. We have the go home feature, the failsafe method. You can change between landing, so the Vision lands at the point where you get the failsafe, or go home and landing. I would suggest to take the go home and landing option, even if it's also risk, because if there are some trees or buildings in between, it's 20 meters is not very high, so there's still an option that you crash. But landing at the fail-safe point isn't a real good option if you fly over water or if you fly over highways or stuff like this. I don't think it's a good idea if the Vision lands there. Then we have the IOC. I will make a video also for the IOC. That's the left switch on the remote control, home lock, course lock, and off. And then we come to the battery section, and here that's the important point: battery level warning threshold, go home. That means the electronic or the main board, the computer looks how far you fly and how is your battery level. So if you fly very far, like 300 meter, 400 meter, 500 meter, and like 200 meter high, you have a certain time to fly back, and the software looks how long it will take to fly back and how the battery level is. So, and if the software sees, okay, the battery level is so low that it's a good idea to fly back to the home point, then there will come a warning on your iPad or your iPhone or your Android device which says go home, and then you have I think 10 seconds time to say yes. Then it comes and flies home, or you say no, I want to fly manual home. So you can decide even do it automatically or fly by yourself. If you don't do anything, I think she will come back automatically. So you have to press the button, no, I want to do it by myself, and then you can fly by yourself. I think it's a real good idea for beginners, because usually as a beginner you're not very sure how far you can fly, how long it takes to fly back to the home point and so on. And so this warning is a real good one, because it's not only a battery level warning like in the firmware updates before, where you can set up 30% and 15%. 30% was the first level warning, 15% was the second one. You can change these values by yourself. But the problem is, if you're very far away, I mean 30% might not be enough to fly back. If you fly in your yard and fly only like 10-20 meters and in a high of 30 meters, you can fly much longer, because the landing time to come back to your home point is like 15 seconds, 30 seconds. So, and that's what the software does. The software looks how far you are, how long is your flyback time, and from these two values, the battery level and the distance, they combine these and give you a warning at exactly the right moment. And I will show you later on the iPad how this looks like. So this is a low battery level go home warning here at this point. If you fly a Vision 2, you also can use this firmware and software. The problem is you won't get the warning on your iPad or on your device, because you don't have it. You have a gimbal and a GoPro or something else, and there is no direct communication between the Vision 2 and the pilot. So I think for the normal Vision 2, it's not a real good idea to use this, because you don't want fly in a certain direction. Suddenly the Vision says, oh, okay, battery life is low, distance is so and so, and now fly back, and you lose control. So I don't think this is a good idea. Maybe you shouldn't go up to the new firmware and stay at the 3.04. But for the Vision and the Vision Plus pilots, I think this is the real good choice. Next point is the limits. Here we have the maximum height. The lowest level is 20 meters. So if you go here to 10 meters, this says no, I don't accept it, and you say yes, and the lowest height is 20 meters. The reason is because some of the guys put their 0 meter or 1 meter and they couldn't start the Vision. So they stand there and try to start, but the limit was 1 meter or 0 meter, and so there was no starting possible. That's the reason why they set it to 20 meters, and I use the height level of 100 meters. Okay, then we have the tools, the EMU calibration, and that's it, and the upgrade section. So that's the stuff in the new firmware or in the new software, the assist software here on the computer. Next step, I will show you what we have in the iPad or Android device, or in the app which you use to control the Vision. And therefore I have to put the Vision outside because then we will have some GPS satellites. So see you in a second. Okay, so we are back again. One thing I should mention, I get a lot of questions which stand this is for the iPad and for the remote control. It's from a German manufacturer called Altec. I will give you the internet address under the video. So if you want to order one of these stands, it's a very nice one. I love this very much. you can order it. I think they will ship not only in Europe but also to the United States. So first of all, when we start the iPad or Android device, check at the App Store or the Android Store if the app, the DJI app, is on the newest stage. Here we have it. I've updated it just a second before. Also in the German video it takes like 10 seconds and that's it. You have to go, you have to use the new app, otherwise you won't use the new features. Next step, we connect to the Wi-Fi net of the Phantom. Here we are. Here's the Phantom, and then we start the app. Here we are. First of all, I want to go to the settings and show you some new features in the setting. When we go to the setting, we have the normal stuff, camera setting, display, and so on. Here we have again the point ground station. So if you want to use the waypoint flying, you have to put on the ground station to on. How the waypoints work, I showed you in one of my videos just before. One very nice point is the compass calibration. Usually you have to move up the stick here 6 or 7 times. Sometimes it won't work. It's a little bit, I don't like this one because the stick is used so much, and so now they have the compass calibration here. Just go on the point and then press the button Start Calibration and you will see how it works. So that's very nice, very easy. You don't have to use the stick, just go in the app. And here, as I said before, in the assistant software on the computer, you have the low battery auto go home. And the good thing is you don't have to go in the assist software on the computer. You can just start or put on and off the low battery auto go home also here in the settings of the app. That's a real good idea, because there may be cases where you don't want to get bothered from the thing which says going home or not, and so that's a good idea to put it here in the app on and on off. FPV mode, and that's it. These are the usual stuff which we know from before. And then we go to the camera. Takes a second to connect to the vision. Here we are. Here we have the picture. We have here the normal points, the Wi-Fi connection, SD card, battery level of the vision, satellites, and battery level of the Wi-Fi repeater. 410 pictures I can take in RAW format, and these are the control for camera and video. We still have the tilt function here. What we still miss is the 7-channel option on the remote control. So the only way to get it a little bit smoother is work with the gyro. So if you want to work with the gyro, just put the button here and then the camera moves as you move your iPad or your mobile device. And this here on top, this is the new feature. Now we have a real low distance because the vision is only outside here on my window, so the distance is 0 meter. And here on top you have the three colors. You have the red, the yellow, and the green. Green is flight condition is perfect. If we would fly now, the app would say like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 8 minutes flying time. And we have the yellow and the red area. The yellow area gets bigger as more far away you fly, because this is the area when the copter says, okay, should I go home or not? And so you fly 400 meter, 500 meter. This yellow part gets bigger and bigger and bigger. If you fly like in a radius of 100 meters here, the yellow part is always small, and you have more flight time. So this is the intelligent battery control. And once you reach the yellow area here, the hint comes, okay, shall I fly back automatically or not? And then you can yes or say no, I want to do it by myself. So this is the new intelligent battery system. Here we can hide the scroll bars, also the battery warning, and here we have the different settings. Nothing new in this area. So in my opinion, it's a really nice thing, these new intelligent battery intelligent warning, because sometimes you get a little bit lost and you don't remember how far it is to fly back and how long it takes, and especially for beginners which are not used to this and to work with batteries and the battery life, I think that's a good idea, and so they get a little bit more security flying back. And you can switch it off also, so you only have the battery warnings here, and that's it. Another point which was in the firmware or in the PDF file was the speed to going down, and the speed, the maximum speed. It was 2 meters per second in the last firmware, and now they adjusted it. So if you are very high, you get a little bit more speed to go down. If you're low, I think they will stay at 2 meters per second. I haven't tried it actually by now, so I can't say exactly which speed you can reach in the when you fly like 100 meters going down, but I think they have adjusted it, and so it can decline a little bit faster than before. Try it. You will see the speed here, and you will see how fast you can go down. The app will show you, so just try it. They have the app says they have optimized it. One thing I should mention, if you work with an iPad, because this was a question I get sometimes, when you work with an iPad and you want to install the DJI app the first time, and you search in the App Store for DJI, actually you won't find the app because it's an iPhone app. It's not an iPad app, and so the problem is in the standard settings, the iPad only search for iPad apps and not for iPhone apps. You have to go there to say, okay, I want also the iPhone apps, and then you will find the DJI app instantly. So very important, if you use an iPad, look for the iPhone apps, because it's not an iPad app which you can see here. That's the normal size which is on the iPhone, and you double the size, and then you have the iPhone app. Okay, so that's it for today. There are coming up some more videos to the Vision and the Vision Plus. I will explain you the difference between NASA and Phantom mode, and especially how the IOC works, and which nice points you can fly with a IOC, because in some cases it's very helpful to fly with the IOC system. If you like my video, please give me a like, subscribe my channel, come back here again, and thanks for watching me. And as every time I say bye bye and moin moin.